Markoski.
Hey guys,
Positive Property.
and Christina here joining you tonight. Just going to check and see if we actually come up live before we kick off.
Yes, so what we're doing today is we're responding to our haters. And, you might see a big halo in the background if you're watching video. If you listen to the podcast, I'll describe it to you. There's a big halo behind me. It's from the ring light that I'm using at the moment. But I don't know if the lighting's correct. I'm a little bit in shadow. I'd like to fix that lighting. But anyway, so what we're doing today is responding to my haters. And,
we're going to be trying to go live in our positive property groups as well. So
we will be live. So that's just a matter of course it will happen. So, and what we're doing is going live today in our normal George Markoski TV show. So guys, we're responding to our haters, but if you want to comment, have you had any haters? What's going on? Remember, now's the Are You OK week as well,
okay.
Right? And because of that, it's part of what we're doing because, a friend of mine got bullied quite a bit and she got bullied so bad that she tried to disappear from public life completely. A friend of mine called Mill Greek. And what happened was she was part of that, if you remember what happened, there was, she was part of a radio station and they rang up and played a prank on one of the nurses. And the nurse got so upset because she gave them the details of the prince that was getting born or something like that, remember? And she killed herself, which is pretty tragic. And
George, we're not going live in the
We're live.
Okay.
Anyway, so very tragic. If you're live in Positive Property, if you can see us live, just type hello so I can just see you and comment. But anyway, so what happened was, this is very tragic, is she killed herself. And a lot of people gave Mel a lot of hate. They were giving her death threats and messaging and things like that. And look, at the end of the day, she was working for a radio station. Me personally, I don't think that she was to blame. And I think if someone's going to kill themselves, then anything can be the straw that breaks the camel's back. She was doing her job. Everyone's got a different opinion on it. But I think that, I know her as a person. She's a good person and she would never do anything to harm anyone. And it was terrible how she got bullied. And she's been working against bullying for a long time. And, we want to support that. And part of the bullying, I suppose, is the bigger you get, the more bullies you get. You know what I mean? And one thing is, and look, you can't make an omelette breaking a few eggs. So I'm very passionate about investing in property. I'm passionate about our goal of I want to empower 10,000 Australians to create wealth through investing in property, right? Financial freedom for investing in property using the Markoski method. That's my goal. And there's going to be people that aren't happy with that. Some people don't like it. A lot of people don't like it, funny enough. I'm surprised.
So just quickly, so we're not actually live in the group, we're only live on the page.
That's okay.
Hope that's okay.
That's okay, because we can share it later. It doesn't matter.
A lot of people missing out in the group.
We're going to be going live. I'm pretty sure we're live in the group. And I'm going to have a look now, but let's... The fact of it is, it's going to go live, and if it's not, we'll send it live. So it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So we're live, and that's the way it is, whether we're live or not. So anyway, I love the background at the moment. It's such a beautiful, overcast evening there in the background. And, spring has sprung. I'm very happy. I'm very excited about spring. I just, my poor friends in Melbourne, my friends and family in Melbourne, I hope you get out of lockdown soon. And what we're going to do is I'm going to go through and we're going to actually respond to our haters.
Respond to your haters today, George.
What I'm going to talk about today is the thing called tall poppy syndrome. We've got this thing called tall poppy syndrome in Adelaide, Australia especially.
It's not just about growing big flowers.
Well, no, it's not like the Taliban. They love tall poppy syndrome, but they make heroin out of it. But look, no, the fact of it is, what we want to talk about is tall poppy syndrome because we don't embrace success very much in Australia. And what I want to do is I want to change that, because, Australians have got a great attitude. I love the Australian attitude. And, we're here to help the Aussie battler and help each other out. But unfortunately, when it comes to success and money, we shy away and we're scared of it. We really are. And people aren't comfortable with money. And because they're not comfortable with money, they're not comfortable with success. And then what happens is we end up with tall poppy syndrome. And before we know it, everyone starts cutting people down. And at the end of the day, look, it's the wrong thing to do. Why is America so successful? Because they've got successful people there, right?
Yes.
If we want a successful country, a successful community, successful anything, we need successful people there, right? At the end of the day, And, I might offend people, but I'm going to do it anyway, right? So if you're a snowflake, I suggest you turn off now because you're not going to like it. But really, at the end of the day, if you're not being the best person you are, if you're not being prosperous and being as successful as you can be, then you're letting yourself down, you're letting your family down, you're letting your friends down, you're letting the community down. You really are. And at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to be the best version of yourself. And therefore, we should be encouraging everyone around us, our fellow Australians, our fellow humans, to be the best they can be. If you do something great, I'm all for it. I actually love to hear about people that are successful. Jealousy, envy, you need to get over that, because what I find when people are jealous or envy or Paul Poppy syndrome, really it's all about themselves. It's not to do with the person. And, if, these keyboard warriors, if they, thought, people telling Mel to kill herself, like, please, that's just immature and it's not very nice, and you're tough behind a keyboard, but maybe in real life you're not that tough. And I think that's a disgusting behaviour personally. And the one thing I feel about my haters is I feel sorry for them. Because the reason I've got haters is probably maybe one, they don't understand what I'm doing. And they may think that I'm not genuine.
Well, this is going to be a great opportunity to educate
they may not
them.
understand what I'm doing. And look, if you are a hater of mine and you're watching, please pay attention, because I think on our podcast we already had a 1-star review, even though we've got all these 5-star reviews of someone that hates us. And this person's been following me for a while, the Gold Guru. And look, this person, Gold Guru, I don't know what your problem is, but we're going to talk about it, but he doesn't like what we do.
Addressing the hater, Gold Guru.
He's emailed me quite a few times complaining about stuff, and I really
Why would he subscribe to our stuff if he's so much a hater?
Who knows, doesn't matter. But there's people out there that are haters, and I know the more famous you get, the more popular you get, the more haters you're going to get. We hit number 76 in Australia on our podcast. Yay! Within 7 days on investing, and we hit number 136.
So what's the podcast, George?
The podcast is Positive Property.
Positive Property.
With Positive Property Show with George Markoski.
Positive Property Show with George Markoski.
That's the podcast. We're going to talk all things property, mindset, success, you name it. We're going to talk about it.
What we might do is put a link below in the comments after we end this session.
Right. Yeah. So this is actually on our podcast. We're doing our podcast live. Mm-hmm. We don't actually do it in a studio. We do it live at our house. And also, not only that, we're doing it live, and we've got an editor that does a quick edit, but basically what you see is what you get. You know what I mean? I'm going to be genuine here. We're not making things up. We're telling the way it is. So let's talk about our haters.
First hater. So Albany Wong says, you got to think why they all just want to help you. The reality is that they make their money through selling online courses to suckers who believe they really make that much from their businesses.
Yes. So that's a hater there that thinks we make our money by selling online courses, and we don't really make money out of our business. Well, we don't. Our business is educating people. We make money out of property and educating people. Now, the thing is, look, guys, we charge for our service, right? We're not the cheapest in Australia. Actually, we're not cheap at all. But the reason we have to charge is because we're very good at what we do. And otherwise, people aren't going to take us seriously. Because you only pay attention when you pay. Right? When people pay, they pay attention.
Also, you get what you pay for.
Yeah, and look...
I don't think there's anyone out there working for free.
Yeah, so...
Mr. Wong.
So look, at the end of the day, yes, we do charge. True, totally. And the fact of it is...
When you're learning off the best of the best, you got to sort of pay for that time.
Look, I've spent 20 years perfecting property investing, right? And, I'll walk my talk. I know what I'm doing. And that's the thing, I'm so sick of those fake gurus out there. There's people out there that pretend to live a great lifestyle and take photos, all these amazing photos all the time, and then they're like, pretend they're successful in business, and they sell their idea about being successful, of living a lifestyle they don't really live. Now, the fact of it is, this is me, this is the way it is. And I'm not saying you need an amazing lifestyle, because I really believe that when you first start out, you've got to be tight. I struggled to make ends meet. And actually, we're going to talk about that in a second. Give me another hater. I want to talk to these haters.
Yeah, let's just finish replying to Albany Wong first. Yeah. So basically, there's no free lunch. You get what you pay for. That's absolutely true. But also, it's like going to a specialist to have something major fixed in your life.